Welcome into another week of Committed. I'm your host, Jake Lobrak. On Committed, we introduce committed students to Neumann University to find out more about them, who they are, and why they chose Neumann, and what their intended major is for the next 4 years. Today, we have another guest, Javion Saunders. Welcome to the show, Javion.
Hello, everybody.
So thanks for joining me today. Thanks for taking some time to connect virtually. And tell me a little bit about yourself and tell the audience who you are, what high school did you go to, where you're from, and what'd you do in high school?
So, my name is Javion. I'm from West Collingswood, but I transferred and moved to Cherry Hill. I go to Cherry Hill West, and I'm really involved this year. I'm the team captain on my volleyball team, and I'm also really involved with the school's morning announcements. I help co-write them, announcements about activities, things for the week that students should look forward to. And I'm also a member of the Principal's Advisory Committee, where 11 seniors get together and they provide student voice and student insight on problems and things that we want for the betterment of our school, stuff like that.
Awesome. That's great. That's great. Tell me a little bit more about the morning announcements and your role. You said you helped co-write them, correct?
Yes, yes. So we have all of our activities, athletics, clubs, and any kind of like important meetings that students need to hear. We do announcements in the mornings. So beginning around like 7:25, school starts at 7:30. We'll have about 25 to 30 announcements, and we'll get like the core message like from teachers that coordinate these events, and then it's my job along with a staff member, Mrs. Hensley and Mr. Civarella, to kind of make those announcements more interesting and more upbeat. We play music, and we just kind of like a newscast, like deliver the announcements in the morning for as people are transitioning to their first period.
Awesome, awesome. That's great to hear. And so you'll blend right in with our Newman Update team and a couple of different productions because we'll get you rocking and rolling as soon as you want.
That's
But
awesome.
you also said you're on the volleyball team. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I am actually the captain this year, and it's a lot of fun. Sad that we didn't get to play this year due to COVID-19, but we definitely made a lot of memories last year. We went, I believe our record was 8 to 10, 10 to 8, one of those. I know that we had a lot of fun, a lot of memories were made, and it's just a really good program at West.
I mean, that's all you can ask for, right? The memories are going to last a lifetime. Are you looking to play at Newman?
I am actually. So I've been in touch with Coach Braid, and I'm actually committed to the volleyball team and Neumann.
Aw- Awesome, awesome. I was playing on the volleyball team this year, and I'll tell you what, the guys are a lot of fun to be with. Um, let's transition a little bit. So you talked about, the coronavirus and, obviously your season was cut short a little bit with volleyball. How's your town doing? You said you're from New Jersey. Hold on real quick.
So
I'm going to restart the question real quick. Sean, I think we have his feedback, right? Great. I'm going to restart the question. So let's transition a little bit here. You said you're from New Jersey. How's the coronavirus affecting you out in New Jersey? Obviously, you said your season for volleyball has been postponed at the moment. Tell me a little bit more about that. How are you and your family holding up?
my family and I are holding up strong. Being an essential employee at Wawa, I'm still required to go to work, and it's definitely uncomfortable sometimes. I feel like a lot of people are still out and about, like shopping and stuff like that. So it's just like, I'm on like the front lines, not as much as like any healthcare worker or something like that, but like still being like around all these different kinds of people, we definitely like maintain a social distance at Wawa.
Sure, but nonetheless, you're still, interacting and communicating with, I'm sure, a lot of people on a daily basis because Wawa is a hot commodity around here.
That
Um,
is true.
yeah, so we thank you. I wish you and your family the best, and and staying safe and staying well. Uh, and thank you for going to continue to work at Wawa.
Thank you.
So let's move into more of the meat of the show a little bit. Where'd you hear about Neumann? What drove you to Neumann?
Well, Newman has definitely not been a stranger in my life. Beginning about my junior year volleyball season, Coach Braid reached out to me via email, and we've been in touch ever since. She actually came out to some of my club games this past club season and came to see me play. And I knew that my college decision was really contingent upon where I would be able to play volleyball or where my opportunities would best excel at. And I think that Coach Braid really helped me see that Newman was the place for me.
That's awesome. Did you do, I know like some of the athletes are allowed to do like a knighted for a day program. Did you partake with that with some of the volleyball guys?
So unfortunately, I did not, but I really wanted to, and I believe that there was going to be one in March or April, but due to COVID-19, everything on campus was canceled.
Sure, it's definitely an unprecedented time that we're in right now, one that, maybe we're not familiar with, but nonetheless, we'll get you on campus. I will personally give you a tour and a nighted for a day if you'd like.
Absolutely.
um, so you're, I know this from, pre-interview questions and talking to you, but tell the audience what your intended major is.
So my intended major at Newman is going to be communication, digital media and communications, with a focus in PR. I'm really like interested in PR.
Awesome. So what drove you to deciding communications and specifically public relations?
Well, I always thought that I had a knack for PR and just like best representing myself and best representing other people if it comes down to it. I run the volleyball team's social media, and social media has always been like a really good strong suit and like building brands and stuff like that, and just helping people with their like Instagram feed and making things look as best as possible. So I think that that's really one of my strong suits, and PR definitely would be a career to play to my strong suit.
Great, great. I know personally being on the team, the volleyball team, we're looking to outstretch our social media presence a little bit. So I'm sure Coach Braid would love to have you, work on that, give you that opportunity to not only excel on the team, but then, implement your major into something that you love.
Absolutely, that'd be awesome.
Um, And so tell me a little bit more, what stood out to you about Newman? You said about the volleyball program, and you said how Coach Braid has been active in your volleyball career throughout your high school career. But what kind of drove you? Well, like what about Newman stood out to you? Was it like the small classes, the small class size, the presence of a Catholic faith on campus? Was it the volleyball team explicitly, or maybe all of those?
Well, I definitely think that it's a mixture of everything. You know, I've been on campus a few times for athletic open houses. I've toured the campus twice, and the faculty are all just so welcoming and warm. And I definitely like the feeling of being on campus and just walking around. And the Miranda Center is beautiful. Like, I love it. And when I stepped onto the volleyball court at Rutgers Newark and versus Newman's home game, I just like knew that this was like where I.
That's so cool to hear. You don't always get to experience that many times in looking for colleges, but when you do, it's such a cool feeling to kind of know that like, hey, look, this is the place for me, and it's cool when we get to interview students and get to hear that experience for them. Um, Tell me a little bit more. Uh, you talked about PR as your interest and communications. Um, where do you see yourself moving forward? I know you're just in high school, you're a senior graduating, but where do you see yourself, maybe in 5 years, 10 years from now, with that communications PR degree?
Well, with my communications and like PR field, like I definitely want to, if I'm not already working in the PR field with like film and entertainment, my dream is to be working at Warner Bros. Studios in Burbank, California. I really love this company. I think that like I would just fit in amazing. The way that they have their business center and like just their community that they have for all their careers is just like awesome, and that's like really where I see myself. But I definitely want to be like working with brands and companies to help better their image and their reputation representing clients and stuff like that.
For sure. And I don't know if you know this, but starting next semester, Newman's implementing a brand new film studies minor. Um,
Really?
if I don't know if you're aware of that, but if you want to work in that kind of field and you want to get to Warner Brothers, like that might be a nice option for you to have that minor where you get to work a little hands-on. It's a film studies minor, so you have a concentration in film production, and then you have a concentration in more film analysis. So it's a collab between the English and communications departments. So I'm not sure if you know about that, but that you never know where the road's going to take you, and that might help you down the road uh, to get to Warner Bros.
Absolutely. I definitely want to take advantage of Newman's internships, like the way that they really encourage everybody to take internships and just get out there is like something that's so fascinating to me because I've always been somebody that needs like hands-on learning, and I think that like if I was to do a lot of internships to help build my resume, it would definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And we emphasize at Newman that you don't have to always start interning as a junior. Some schools, some of the bigger schools, you look around the area, um, wherever you are, a lot of schools say if you want to do an internship, you need to be a junior in high school. Um, I'm sorry, not junior in high school, junior in college. Uh, and one of the cool things about Newman is that you can get an internship as soon as you want. I had an internship the spring semester of my freshman year, and since then, I think uh, I've completed 5, and I'm a sophomore, second semester sophomore. And so it's amazing how Newman emphasizes the hands-on learning aspect for students, and they want you to get in the industry as soon as possible because the more you can network, the better off you're going to be at that end goal, getting to Warner Bros. Or wherever you want to be in your 10 years time.
Definitely. That's awesome.
And so tell me, you're talking about internships. Do you have, obviously your end goal is Warner Bros. Do you have any internship locations that, pop out? Like if I would be asked that question, I'd say right away, I want to intern at NBC. NBC Sports is my dream internship and job. Um, if I were to say, hey Javion, what's your dream internship? Your end goal is Warner Bros. What's your internship end goal?
Well, okay, that's a very good question. Um, so I really do want to do an internship with CNN. I know that they offer some internship programs, and Warner Bros. Also offers internship programs during the summer. So that's another that's a big goal of mine to do an internship while I'm with Warner Bros. While I'm in college.
Absolutely, and the best way to get into a company is to intern with them. And so what's cool about you say CNN, we work a little bit with CNN. We have like a student news source from CNN where we can communicate with reporters and kind of collaborate with them a little bit. So I would definitely recommend you kind of taking advantage of that as soon as we get you on campus and involved because it's
Absolutely.
any networking is as good as you can get. It's a CNN wire service that we utilize, and that's probably right up your alley with you talking about the morning announcements from your high school and stuff. Um, and so that's right up your alley. It sounds like. Beyond that, I was going to say CNN. I have a former professor who worked at CNN, so every step along the way is about networking, and he's still got connections there. So one thing about college that's so great about it is every person that you meet has a network and a supply of networks. Um, and so we, throughout your time at Newman, you're going to learn to take every opportunity you can to utilize to a chance to network and never burn a bridge because you never know who that network has and who they have down the road. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it was really cool getting to talk to you today. Do you have anything else that you want to share with us?
Um, Not really. I'm just very excited for this fall. I really want to get involved and take advantage of all the opportunities that Newman Media has, and really network as much as possible, get to know everybody, and learn from anybody and everybody that I can.
Awesome. Well, you are killing it. I can already tell the fact that you were willing to take time out of your day to this is networking right now. You're already getting to know Sean McDonald and myself already at Newman, and we can't wait to have you join us in just a couple short months. And I can't wait to meet you for real and not over a virtual phone call. Awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much, Javion, joining us on Committed. It was a great time talking to you. I hope you had fun. Thanks for working through some of the technicalities with us. And like I said, we're signing off. We can't wait to have you on campus in a few short months. For Javion, and I'm Jake Lobrecht saying so long. We'll see you next time on Committed.